loves, welcome back. Today we are going to try a makeup look and see how it goes. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I know it came out real cute. Hopefully you like it, and don't forget to leave me a comment, let me know what you want to see next, and subscribe. And let's just get into this makeup look. So first we're going to start with this LA Pro Girl Concealer. It is in the color Fawn, and I'm going to apply that all over my eyelid. And in a few minutes you'll see me take a blending brush to blend it all out and make sure it's nice and smooth so that we have a base for our eyeshadow to lay on. Now you just want to take any type of setting powder that you have around. This is the Sacha Buttercup powder, and I'm going to apply a light layer of this on top of that concealer that we just laid down so that it can help our eyeshadows blend out smoothly. So to keep this look very light and airy, I'm gonna use all the colors in this palette you see right here, and I'm gonna take that first coral light color and I'm just gonna apply that to my crease with a very fluffy blending brush so that it's not too harsh, because we want the crease area to be very blended and very diffused. So I'm just gonna take this color and I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna blend it out really good so that I get that really nice diffused look. And as you see here, we are still blending. I want this to be so diffused. So now we're gonna take that dark, it's not the darkest brown, but it's still a dark brown, and I'm gonna apply it very lightly. Like barely tap your brush inside of the color and apply it very lightly, because you still want some dimension in your eye look, but we don't want a full-on smoky look. Like we said, we want the crease very light and diffused. So apply a little at a time. And then I just take that brush I used to apply the curl color and I go over it just to make sure it's all blended out. And here we're gonna use your finger to apply that gold color. Now the thing with this, I thought this gold color would pop a little bit more, but it didn't. So I'm gonna apply it to both eyelids because I want both eyelids to look the same at the end of the look. And then I will see right here I have pigments. The pigments are by J. LaRue Cosmetics, and this is the white gold pigment. Now I had it in that Ziploc bag because the packaging that these pigments come in, when I ordered them at the time, the packaging's not very good and it would go everywhere. So that's why I had it all in the Ziploc bag. So next we're gonna apply our primer to get our face ready for foundation. And I'm just using a damp sponge. This sponge is by e.l.f. and I really like this beauty blender sponge, and I just use that to apply my foundation all over. Maybe I can do a detailed foundation tutorial another time, but right now we're just going to go through it pretty quickly. Now with concealer, I take that same concealer that I use to base my eyelids, I apply it to my face as well. I use different ones on different days. Today this one's in front of me, so I grabbed it and I used it. Now what I do kind of want to explain to you guys who don't do your makeup often and have questions about concealer. So I like to let my concealer sit under my eyes for a little bit, and as I do that, I blend out everything else on my face first. And with your nose, you pinch the sponge to blend out your nose, and then use that, basically the butt of the beauty blender that you use to apply your foundation. I use that to make sure I don't have any harsh lines. And then for the concealer under my eyes, as you see here, I blend out the outer part of the concealer first. Make sure that's all blended. Then again, switching that, see I switched the beauty blender to the butt of it, and I use that to blend out my foundation. And I also pinch it right here too. I switched the Beauty Blender out a lot. You probably can't really tell because I do it pretty quickly. But just flip the Beauty Blender and then you should be able to blend your concealer out flawlessly. And then here we're just applying that same Sacha Buttercup powder to my under eye to set my concealer. Now I'm just using a MAC Studio Fix Press Powder to blend out my concealer and to set the rest of my face. And here in this Black Radiance palette, I blend both of those darker colors, so well, more like that camel color and then that dark brown color to bronze my face. And for this look, I'm just doing a cute bronzer. I'm not going to do a heavy contour because I want the look to be very light and natural. And now I'm just touching on my eyebrows because I go a little crazy with the Beauty Blender, so I basically blended off some of my eyebrows. In this e.l.f. blush palette, I really like this palette, so I blend the colors. I don't just use one color, I blend both of those browns. And then I put like a little bit of pink. I don't want a lot of pink this time, but I just barely touch it. See, barely touch it. So now I'm taking, I use a lot of e.l.f. products in this video, but this is an e.l.f. brow setter and I really like this brow setter. And then I'm using some lashes. I'm gonna apply those off camera because I struggle doing them on camera. So now we're gonna take, this is the NYX, the NYX, NYX, whatever you wanna call it, the jumbo pencil in the color Milk. And I'm gonna use that on my waterline. And then I take that same dark brown color that we use in our crease, and I'm taking it on a very small blending brush and applying that on under my waterline. And I like to make this part really kind of smoky, so I make it darker than what I do on top. And just to make our eyes pop a little bit more, I take that pretty pinky, like shimmery color, and I put that on the inner corner. I feel like an eye look is not completed unless you have an inner corner highlight. And here I'm just gonna line my lips. This is a beauty supply store lip liner. It was $1 and I love it and it gets the job done. So I overline my lips just a tiny bit because I want that really sexy pout. Now, when doing a lip liner, I love to get that really pretty ombre lip. So I line my lips pretty much halfway into the middle of my lip almost, and then you're gonna see me pat my lips to help blend it out. Or you can use your finger, whatever works for you. But see, I just pat my lips a little bit to help those lines not be so harsh, and as you see, it helped diffuse them a little bit. And then I take a really pretty nude. This one's by Morphe. I can't remember the color off the top of my head, but I'll be sure to put it in the description box. And I just apply that, and I just rub back and forth until I get the desired look, and I top it off with the gloss. And that's the look, guys. Alright y'all, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. We went real simple today and just to get me back into the swings of doing my makeup again, because I promise you I probably haven't touched my face since we went into quarantine. I know we've been on quarantine for almost a month now, so, but it took me longer than usual. It took me longer than usual. Actually, while I was doing it, I did not like how it was coming out, but I'm not really mad at it. It's real cute, it's real simple. It's kind of like a va-va-voom, especially with the hair. And oh, humidity though, humidity. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.